My speech is about the girl child. In our communities, we see things both positive and negative. Today's youth goes through a lot of things that impact on their lives negatively. Sometimes they do these things unaware of the negative effects they will have on their lives, on both the present and also in their futures. Firstly, the youth, or teenagers to be exact, involve themselves in immoral sexual activities, which later on cause teenage pregnancy. Teenage pregnancy is one of the biggest factors that contribute to the postponement of teenage girls' futures, because you'll find that teenage mothers in high school often have to repeat that particular grade in which they had given birth at, but it also depends on whether they had written their exams or not. I believe that educating teenagers about abstinence and also advising them to abstain, giving reasons and results of abstaining, would alleviate the rate of teenage pregnancy drastically. Also, informing teenagers about abstinence and also the responsibilities that parents have towards their children, as they tend to think that raising a child is easy. Secondly, girls that do not have a father figure in their lives often feel like they are not entirely loved or protected or safe. This can lead to them involving themselves with things like sugar daddies and blessers because they want to feel the love that comes from men. This puts them at risk to many negative things like human trafficking, rape, forced prostitution, STIs, STDs, and so on. Some fathers often escape the responsibilities of fatherhood because they are still children themselves and are not ready to become fathers. Sometimes it is because they already have families and are trying to protect their reputation, as having a child outside marriage is very shameful and undignified. In these cases, I would advise that we as people in general be honest and open from the onset so that confusion does not occur and that lives do not get ruined or disrupted in any way. Also, married men who have children outside marriages should support their children regardless of what people would say or how it will affect their reputation or their marriages. Thirdly, some parents do not understand some of the things we as girls go through, therefore creating a barrier between the child and the parent. Also, parents tend to put unnecessary pressure on their children by having unreasonably high expectations of them. This pressure, which not only comes from our parents but also from our peers, can lead to many negative things like doing drugs, drinking alcohol, joining gangs, and so on. This pressure can often degenerate and disable the girl child from focusing at school, meaning that the girl will not perform well academically. In some cases, this pressure can cause depression, as some children do not feel comfortable talking to their parents about certain problems or challenges that they are facing. In these cases, I would advise that parents support their children because supporting them motivates and encourages them to do better, meaning that the child will feel more comfortable talking to their parents about their problems, challenges, or difficulties that they are facing. Parents can support their children by doing a variety of things. These things include talks whereby the child can express their concerns and feelings without the parent being judgmental. Even taking walks together, going shopping, and taking each other out can improve the quality of the relationship between the parent and the child. Lastly, girls are not treated the same way as boys because it is believed that the man is the head of the household and that the woman's place is in the kitchen, which is very iniquitous and ridiculous, as there are many single mothers raising their children on their own, which means that they take on the responsibilities of fathers as they are being the providers and protectors of the family. Therefore, this belief is not applicable in these situations. There is so much inequality between males and females, so much so that women earn 25% less than men, although the qualifications and the duties are the same. Even in government, the high positions are mostly given to men, which indicates that women are not often thought of as suitable candidates for these positions. Also, women are not getting enough recognition and acknowledgement, although it is made certain that men are recognized and acknowledged. In order to address this issue, realizing that women can do what men can, regardless of the circumstances, also acknowledging the fact that women have more responsibilities than men in the household would be a start. Therefore, women's rights should be recognized and respected and acknowledged because they perform their responsibilities. This also means that law enforcement agencies like the police and courts should make sure that women's rights are respected and protected, which also means that they must take on the responsibility of making sure that women are not treated in ways that are degrading or inhumane. In my own opinion and personal capacity, I believe that sexism and inequality between males and females are delaying us from moving forward. Therefore, we need to disillusion ancient mindsets and beliefs. We need to be altruistic and stop being arrogant. Also, we as females need to amalgamate and do our very best to empower and uplift other females. We also need to annex the situation ourselves and stop relying on governments to take the first steps to ending sexism and inequality. Always remembering that change starts with us individually, and as a wise woman once said, there will never really be equality between men and women until we start seeing male feminists.